I'm Tom Basil.
Z Garcia, what's up? Stands for Sam Haley.
Thank
He's
you.
getting more broke each one of these. We are previewing the games coming out at GenCon 2016. This is episode 3 in that we're going through in alphabetical order, or reverse alphabetical order. So we're at P, and we'll see where we get to today. We're down to the final 6 pages. We're not doing so bad.
Wait, hold on now. We're down to the final 6
pages. So we're halfway done.
Maybe we'll get them all done right here. Here we go. PieceKeeper Games has Flag Dash. This is a Kickstarter game. I'm bringing this one attention because I didn't think it looked like that much, but it's some fun programmable movement where you put a card down and a token, and the token affects the card. How many? Like the token will say, do this card twice or do a card 3 times, but the token also says who goes first. So I might play 1, and the card only goes off once, but I get to go first. And then you're moving around trying to steal each other's flag. 20, 30-minute game. Very cool. Petersen Games will be showing off Theomachy, the Ancients. This is the next big... They're the guys who make Cthulhu Wars. So I'm sure people will be running by and grabbing those miniatures and then standing in line and painting them. I don't know what they'd be doing.
That's not how it works, man.
Waiting for other hot games painting this one. That'd be cool.
That would be pretty funny if we saw that happening.
Painting station.
All right. Passport Studios is going to be there. They got some pretty solid games. They have Quartz, which is from the same guy who did Sheriff of Nottingham. So that one looks good. They have 3 Wishes, which I don't think you guys didn't play 3 Wishes.
I have not played, no. It's a little micro game, 18 cards, something like that. It's a really small game.
You're trying to get 3 different wishes in front of you. You want one thing that's good for you, like I want a lot of money or whatever. One thing that gives you a superpower. And then one thing that's good for the world, like peace on Earth. You got to have that. Got to make one of your wishes count.
You got to balance them, right?
Twinkies for everyone.
And there's a lot of like trading cards,
right? And you're switching cards. You're trying, and when you think you've won, you say, okay, end the game, and you flip your cards over, and then whoever has the highest number and has one of each of the 3 types wins.
Right.
So that's pretty good.
You liked it though, right?
I did. And Salem, which is a strong deduction game, like I would say when we go through these lists, there's like maybe 1 deduction game that comes out a year. Salem's it, and I think it's a very good one. It's about the witch trials back in Salem. Very strong, evocative type theme. Actually, I was reading through the book, and I was like, man, I'm really glad I didn't live back then. Yeah. I'd be put to death. He likes board games!
They would have been like, look at him and his hats!
What else?
Burn him!
No! All right. OverWorld Games has the new expansion for Good Cop, Bad Cop, Undercover, which I actually really like that expansion. It gives you like a special power. And Exposed, which looks like another version of Good Cop, Bad Cop. It just with a slightly different
they've only done
theme.
like 4 of those. So.
And Undercover has fostered our shortest game of Good Cop, Bad Cop ever.
Shut it.
Very good job.
Yeah, well.
Because he was bad at it?
Well,
I made a gamble.
He exploited his person's ability, and it backfired on him.
It did.
Burn him!
All right, Osprey Games. Osprey Games is really coming up for me. When they first came out, their components were not the best quality, but they've been getting better. They're aliens, Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space.
Right.
Really
like
nice.
That a lot, yeah.
They're Let Them Eat Cake. I really like the artwork on this. Apparently the French Revolution's over, so now it's just time to eat cake.
Is this the one that has the guillotine with a cake sitting on it? And
I believe so.
Like, anticipating it being cut in half.
I think so. I just like the artwork for that.
That's
and
funny.
then Agamemnon. Agamemnon looks like a warish tactical game.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So we'll see.
I'm on the fence about that one. It's on my list, but I don't know. We'll see.
Sure, you got to see it.
Yeah.
NSKN is going to have Submerg there, which we played from, came out at Essen. It's a very strong worker placement game with like 6 kabillion places to place your workers.
Yes.
Okay.
In the Name of Odin. You said you looked up this one a little bit?
This looks interesting. It feels like a little bit more of a Euro style. It looks like, in other words, I've only watched a little bit of a couple of videos on it. It looks like a more Euro style version of like Champions of Midgard, where you're trying to set sail and go conquer stuff, but you have to
was another Viking
hire
game?
the heroes. Yes, it is.
Wow, there's a lot of Viking games these days. I know. Well, no, Odin could have been about gods. I didn't know.
No, but it is a Viking game, so that already put it on my radar. And then it looks like it's one of those midweight Euro style
There's
games.
2 Odin-named games coming out, and I get them very confused.
The other one I think is the Mayfair one, right? Or the Lookout
There's
game.
an Uwe Rosenberg one.
Yeah.
That's not this one.
I don't
That's
think
not this
so.
one.
Okay.
All right.
I don't think so.
Nevermore Games has Dark Dealings. Nauvoo Games has the expansion for Stockpile, which you should get. Mr. B Games has an expansion for Spurs and Prospectus. Prospectus is a stock market game, Magic Potions, but what I love about Prospectus is it comes with a cube tower. No, stock market game.
Aw, I've never seen a bubble so burst. Aw.
But what's really cool, it's
On my list anyway.
okay,
I
but
know.
it's like a crystal ball, and you drop them in. The one thing I do like about
Crystal ball.
I actually
Market.
would
I know.
like to use this crystal ball and replace the tower in Wallenstein.
But you
If
can
only
see through
because
it,
you
though,
can
right?
see through it, so you can see what's in the
That
tower.
would
You don't have
not
to
be
look
good,
in the
though.
top.
Kind of break wall inside.
Yeah, no, you don't want to
No,
see
not
that
really.
top.
You can you can know what's. Someone can sit there and figure out what's in the tower anyway.
Right, but I've never seen anybody do that. You don't
No.
really want to know what's in there.
We have someone in our group who can do that.
Just don't
Why
play
we never
with
played that
Jason.
game with him?
I mean,
All right.
whoever
Anyway,
that is.
I like it. It's a straight stock market game, but that gimmick adds some to it. Modiphius Games has some expansions for Thunderbirds. Have you played either one of those?
No, I've read through them all now, and at least 2 of the 3 sound very cool. One of them is in the style of the bioterrorist per pandemic, like someone plays against everybody else. I'm not so sure about that one. The other 2 both sound real good. It's
All right.
3 little expansions. I'll be playing those and doing a review of them soonish.
Soonish.
Well, speaking of reviews, you're doing a review of the other game they're coming out with. That's Airfix Battles.
Airfix Battles. Yeah, this is kind of a, I don't know, maybe a, as far as component-wise, it's a step down from Memoir, but as far as gameplay is concerned, I think it's a step up from Memoir as far as, not in how good it is, but how complex it is. It calls itself the introductory war game, and I think it's going to fill that niche pretty well because it's fairly more complicated than Memoir, but it still is light-ish. I was able to play it with my wife.
Is it easier than, let's say, ASL Starter Kit?
Yes. Yes, it's
Okay.
definitely easier than ASLSK.
Is it easier than Combat Commander?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
it is.
Is it
So-
easier than Ticket to Ride?
Exactly.
It's a war game for me.
All right, so that's Modiphius. Minion Games has an expansion for Manhattan Project called Chain Reaction.
That's cool.
I think this is not an expansion. I think this is
Oh, it's a new
card
game. Standalone.
version of it.
Oh,
Ooh.
I hadn't looked at that.
If I'm not mistaken, this is
I
a
was-
card game based on the same setting.
Huh. I just assumed it was an expansion.
Yeah, no,
I'm
I
in
think it's
then.
a card game.
Yeah, all right. Mayfair has Costa Rica, which is kind of a push your luck style game, taking pictures of animals, and Fight for Olympus, which is another 2-player game,
In their 2-player game line?
yeah.
Okay.
which has been
Those
very
are
all over the
hit,
place.
hit and miss for me, but I do like checking them out. Take a look at that.
Mayday Games has Dungeon Busters, which is about, it looks like it's a silly game about going through and getting
Busting a
stuff,
dungeon
busting
up.
a dungeon, and Assassin Con, which I just like for the name.
Assassin Con?
That's after Essen.
And after Assassin Con,
That's not
there's
cool,
this-
dude.
there's just one
not
guy playing
cool.
solo games because everyone else is out.
It's too soon, bro.
Matagot has Captain Sonar finally being released. This is a game that I really love.
That's
It's
good.
definitely a
This is going to
convention
be the
style game.
next. This is going to be the next Robinson Crusoe for me, probably. I would imagine.
That you won't play for a long, long time.
And you guys will continue playing it when I'm not around.
I definitely intend to do that. It's on my list as well, even though I
I
have
don't know.
played it.
I don't know if you would like.
I don't think you'd like it.
You might like being the captain.
This is going to turn into this again. It's going to be.
We'll play it.
People were asking what's going to replace Robinson Crusoe now. I'm calling it Captain.
All right, Mage Company has several games coming out. 12 Realms. This is the first time they've come to GenCon. 12 Realms Bedtime Story, Karoshia, The Cohort, and Raid and Trade War in the Streets. I have played Raid and Trade War in the Streets. It is cool looking. That's it. It has a cool theme.
I sense an undercurrent there.
Yeah, it's not a very
let's
good
move
game.
on.
All right. LudiCreations has Myth with an E at the end of it.
Mythy.
Mythy.
Mythe.
There's an expansion for Mysterium, but that's already out in stores. The Hidden
Yes.
Signs.
Yes.
I've got that.
Level 99 has a stuff for Millennium Blades, which has really turned out popular for them, and their new Exceed Red Horizon. Now, this one I did not realize was being done in conjunction with Jasco Games. Apparently, Red Horizon is some universe that looks the same as every other one of these anime fighting universes.
Oh, okay.
But Exceed is very similar to BattleCon. In fact, it uses a lot of the same mechanisms from BattleCon to the point where I said, why am I not playing BattleCon? I don't think it's... This is one of the times where I think Streamlined did not work as well. It's not a bad game. And if I didn't know BattleCon existed, I liked Exceed. But it's barely simpler.
Okay.
It's a little more random.
Okay.
Because you have a deck of cards, while in BattleCon you have all your cards, and you just pick which ones you're going to play each round.
Yeah.
So, but some people are probably going to really like it. I thought it was okay. It was good, but since games are not in a vacuum, because BattleCon exists, I'll probably never play it.
Sure.
Kosmos is going to be there with Imhotep, which will be a game people run for, even though is it out in stores yet?
I
know it's online.
Oh, it is?
I'm pretty sure it is.
I think so, or it's about to hit.
It's about to hit. But either way, very, very solid game. This is one we've all played now. We all like it to some degree. Do you have this one? You got it? You liked it that much. And the Legends of Andor, new expansion, you're excited about that?
I'm psyched about that.
Is that in your 14?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
He loves Legends of Andor, man.
Yeah, I like that game a lot. I like that system a lot, and this looks very cool. Big box expansion for it. Brand new map, new mechanisms in the game. It looks solid. And this has been out for a while now in German, but it's finally coming out in English. So.
And Smugglers, which is a game that you will only be able to buy this year at GenCon, and next year you'll be able to buy it at discount racks at GenCon. And that's not because it's a bad game. No, listen, it's not a bad game, but it's it's going to happen. It's a fun little game where you make these little gems and you're putting them in balls of Play-Doh or clay and rolling it down a chute to see if it goes through. And I just explained the game to you, essentially.
Yeah.
That's the game, and you do it like 30 times over the course of the game, and people will be like, that's hilarious! And then you'll never play it again.
You probably won't play it again.
Right?
And part of the reason is that I think the component's fault. Because that clay is going to get...
The clay was melting on the table when we were playing.
It's going to get messed up. It's going to get junk in it. And people aren't going to want to play it again. That's part of the game's fault. It's a really cool idea.
It doesn't sound like too much of an idea, honestly. It sounds like a really simple design.
Well, it's like a... it is a simple design. It is very simple.
I haven't played this game. I don't know that much about it. I do know two things. Tom just explained the game, as he himself said, and I know it comes in a box size the size of Ticket to Ride.
Yeah.
Those two things.
Yeah.
The combination of those two things, I should say, are a little bit problematic for me.
Yeah.
But I haven't played. I might love it.
It was fun. I just don't think the components are going to last that long for it to become a hot game.
Okay.
Iello, welcome back to the dungeon. I'm so excited about this. I love Welcome to the Dungeon. Welcome back to the dungeon. Give me more characters, more stuff. Yay. I believe it's a standalone game, too. I believe you can play it by itself or mix it with Welcome to the Dungeon. Shot and Totten, which is one of the best games ever designed, is coming back, and the artwork for this looks really fun.
Super psyched about that.
But their big release is Oceanos.
Oceanos
on your top 14, right?
It is definitely in my top games of the year, actually, because I've already played this. And yeah, I think the game is really fun. It's a light drafting game, so think Seven Wonders, but lighter than that, a little bit quicker than that, a little more random than that also, so be aware of that. If you don't like randomness, you might not like this game because it's got some of that in there. But the game looks gorgeous, plays quickly, has a real cute, attractive theme, and I found it to be just really charming and fun. It's a very nice, quick drafting game. Just loved it. It's exactly, it fits for me that Euro weight, or family weight rather, Euro game that just sings to me. And this one hits that out of the park. Antoine Boza doing his drafting thing.
I concur, except for I don't love it like you do, but I do like it a lot.
It's pretty light and pretty random, is why you might not like it as much, yeah.
No, but I mean, it has a very appealing look to it.
Oh, absolutely.
And the gameplay is also fun, but it's light and random, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Hurricane has the 10th anniversary of Mr. Jack. You've not seen this one yet, but...
Yeah, I have. It's very close to the original game. except they sort of went back in and, well, the artwork is all redone, which is very nice. The original artwork was very nice too. So that's more of a, yeah, we went ahead and did it anyway. So it looks good, but the main thing they did was retweak the board so that the balance is a little more 50-50 as to which side wins now. It was originally, statistically, they said it was about 60-40, and they went in and messed with the board a little bit. Looks great, though. And I already was a huge fan of the game.
See, you have your chance now with Haywire Games to get your revenge on Box of Rocks, which has soundly defeated you.
I'll be back, Rocks. You win this round.
Box of Rocks is one of those games that you'll go buy and be like, oh, it's dumb, and then buy it because you want to have a copy of it when someone comes over and be like, are you
just for the
smarter than a Box of Rocks?
The novelty of it, you know.
It is a pretty neat game, though. It's a game with, I mean, the concept is kind of cool. You get asked a question, the answer is 0, 1, or 2. You answer. Then there are 2 rocks in a box and you shake them and they give you a random answer because they're like double-sided rocks. And the answer is 0, 1, or 2. Yeah. And then you see who was smarter. it's the dumbest thing. But I was soundly beaten by the Box of Rocks.
It was close. They only beat you by 1, but they still beat you.
Just saying, you got beat by Box of Rocks. All right, last company for this video is Gray Fox Games. Yeah. They got 3 new games coming out. The Order of the Gilded Compass, which is a reworking of Alia Acta Est, a dice rolling game. They did a good job. I like the new theme, actually. I didn't think I would because I thought the name was kind of weird. But essentially, you're a society of treasure hunters.
Yeah,
so you're going out and finding
cool.
treasure.
Yeah.
Yes.
London Dread. We've not yet played the new version of this. We played it way back in the day.
This is on my list because I want to see what they've done with it. But you're right, we played like a really, a pretty old prototype by now. But the game's been getting good buzz. Looks good. I like the theme. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, I'm excited for both of them. I haven't. These 2 played Order of the Gilded Compass.
Yeah, that's
on
very
Saturday,
cool.
and
That's
I
very
wasn't
cool.
able to play. They didn't let me play.
That's right.
It's going to be another
Let it go.
one.
right.
Anyway, but I am also looking forward to London Dread.
Yeah.
And then
I'm really looking at
Seven Ronin, which is I think a 2-player game.
Seven Ronin's a 2-player game, asymmetrical. I played that recently. Actually, just by the time you see this, a review came out or is about to come out. I thought it was okay. It's I think you're going to like it even more if the theme really sinks to you, or if you really love asymmetrical games. But I found it to be, it had kind of a couple of issues for me. So it was like, pretty good for me, but not, go get this, you know. But maybe you'll like it more than I did. So check out the review.
All right, well, that's episode 3 of our GenCon preview.
Awkward catch.
Shut it. Until next time, I'm Tom Basso.
I'm Z Garcia.
Sam Healy. See you on the flip side.